Seth and Colleen, there are 37,000 Nebraskans suffering from Alzheimer's disease and almost 80,000 caregivers providing more than $1 billion in care that they're never paid for. That's because most of those caregivers are family members or friends, and often the stress of caring for someone with this disease can have deadly consequences. Dan Babel's wife Rhonda was always forgetful, but he first noticed something was wrong after she was in a car accident 4 years ago.
We'd always had problems with difficulty with her keeping appointments or, forgetting to pick up the kids at school. But after she had the auto accident, then it became a lot more difficult.
And over time, her memory got worse.
She just couldn't remember from, day to day some simple tasks. The checkbook was a mess. I finally had to just, take that away because she couldn't keep a checkbook, and after a while she couldn't remember how to write a check.
Her daughter Kay noticed the change too.
She would always ask me how to use the computer. Like, how do I do this? Or, I want to write this Christmas card and I don't remember how to do this. Or, asking me to show her how to call people on her phone. And it's like, Mom, I just showed you that yesterday.
It was then that she realized her mother's memory loss was something much more serious.
Made me see, okay, there's something, normal people are going to remember how to use their phone every day, or I'm going to show them and they're going to catch on to that. But simple things you tried to show her, she just didn't catch on. So even if I showed her 100 times.
Rhonda was later diagnosed with dementia, and eventually Dan, who works full-time for the family's remodeling business, began caring for her at home. But the constant fear of Rhonda hurting herself or wandering off took a toll on him.
I turned the breaker off on the cooktop because I absolutely didn't want her using the cooktop at all. Locking herself out of the house, it seemed like that was always happening. The next thing that was always a concern was if she got up in the middle of the night, where was she going? Was she walking out of the house? So the caregiver doesn't get a lot of sleep.
The impact of trying to care for a loved one at home and maintain your employment is incredibly stressful.
Often causing caregivers to die before the patient they're caring for. Over time, Rhonda's dementia became so severe she couldn't speak or feed herself, and eventually couldn't even remember her own daughter.
Maybe if she has a really good day, she might recognize Dad, but I don't think that she recognizes me.
Dan finally made the difficult decision to put his wife into a care facility.
You feel like you've abandoned them, that you've given up on them, that you're not doing your duty.
And for Kay, who's walking down the aisle next year, not having her mom around for those big milestones has been the greatest challenge.
Your mom is supposed to be there for you for certain things like getting your wedding dress or, seeing you graduate from college, or just the small things, that you get to do with your mom normally.
Rhonda now lives in a care facility in Kearney and requires around-the-clock care. But one of the most shocking things about her case is that she's only 58 years old. Seth and Colleen, back to you.